What's good, YouTube land? There we click here. I think this isn't technically the first repaint in Siege, but I think he's the first one without any real remolds. Oh no, he does have. Never mind. It's Red Alert. Standard. Apparently the boxes do the blacklight thing, but I don't have a blacklight, so if anybody wants to do that to read something, he's also got that sweet action photography of him using his light bar as a beating stick. That is hardcore. And he's been here since Wave 1. He's literally been right there and right down there. Red Alert. Like if you look at the all the action on here, it's like Red Alert carrying somebody. It might be Hound, but like he's holding a gun. Sideswiped on the other side. It's weird looking at this picture. It's a Red Alert, but he's got a different Autobot badge than the one on the toy. And the picture has a black helmet, while this one has a red helmet. And he's also down at the front of like the right above the planet right here, also firing a gun, where it looks like a different Megatron is fighting a different Optimus Prime is fighting a Megatron. And then you got your standard product shots and stuff that's available. So while I open this, I don't really have any like recollection or connection to G1 Red Alert, because to me Red Alert was the guy from the Unicron trilogy. You know, he was like a van with a blue helmet. I realized this. He was basically the Unicron trilogy's version of Ratchet. He was the medic. And red and white, white and red, and white and red, white and red. The coincidences there are just astounding. Here's instructions. Here's his thing. I don't need instructions because I've already done this guy. This guy's a repaint of Sideswipe from Wave 1, which is accurate to G1 from what I understand. Although I don't know why the G1 needs to create another character out of this mold. Like you already had Sideswipe and his brother, who was a slightly different mold. And honestly, can we talk about that for seriously? I've seen people digibash Sunstreaker out of the Wheeljack mold, and like it looks so much better as Sunstreaker than it does Wheeljack. So like, please, we know you're gonna do a Inferno from that grapple mold. Please, there we go. Just please do us a favor of a Sunstreaker. Ooh, does that actually tab in? Okay. So here's Red Alert. And, yep, he's a repaint of Murder Swipe here. Okay, how come we haven't gotten a G2 deco of this mold yet? Earthrise, we know Siege isn't going to do it, but somebody please, FunPub, like convention exclusive G2 repaint of this. Because all this guns and all this stuff I put on him, it fits the G2 iteration of Sideswipe way more than it does the G1 version. It's just, this is where Cog is. Cog is going to spend the rest of his plastic life as weaponry for Sideswipe. Unless I decide to put him on somebody else. But, yeah. We can tell the colors right away. The red, most of the red has been replaced with white. He has a new Autobot insignia, which is like a police badge, because apparently in Japan, or like, I don't know, not in, well, in Japan, they use the Ferrari, which these guys are, their Earth mode is based off of, as police cars up until, I don't know when, but they've used it. So this guy was a police officer, not like Hound, what, like, or not, Prowl was the police officer, but this guy, I guess, was also a police officer, and apparently best buddies with Inferno, who we definitely need an Inferno. Like, I definitely think we're getting an Inferno, but let me put Sideswipe down. He's got cards for, he's got so much weaponry. But we have to talk about Red Alert on his own. He does have some immediately obvious improvement. The biggest one being this chest panel on Sideswipe is ridiculously loose, but here it actually feels like it tabs in a little bit. It tabs in better. And like he's got black hands, which Sideswipe does as well, but I'm looking at the color differences. It's really the shoulders, the white lines on the chest, and the shins. These panels are a different color. They're black with a little bit of blue, which I believe is accurate to the G1 Red Alert. This is very G1 Red Alert color scheme. The helmet is red, which is a dead giveaway. I wish they did a little bit of remolding with the face, because it's just the exact same blank expression Sideswipe has. It's really kind of unfortunate. Turn to the back. He's got a solid... Like, this is overall a very solid deluxe toy, but it's like they've done better. I don't know if they've done better, but they I'm looking for things to say because I've already done a full video on this mold. But basically, I like the color scheme of the bright white, although it is fairly obvious what parts are white plastic and what parts are white paint, because the white paint is much more bright in, like, yeah, it's much more bright than the sort of duller plastic parts, which are the forearms and the shins. It's not that big a detriment, but, like, I guess it's not a deal breaker, but if you're a massive nerd like me, you're going to notice. And he does have his weaponry, which don't be scared. This thing can be used as a gun, and honestly, I don't know if I prefer it as a gun or beating stick. And his light bar can just peg into its vehicle mode placement, or like the box art shows, you can put it in his hand. There's a hexagonal port right there, which you plug the light bar into. Yes. Ugh, it's a tight fit because it's a circle going into a hexagon. It just, ugh. And then you use this as a police baton, which is just all kinds of silly. It's part pistol whip, part police nightstick, part he just ripped a piece of himself off of himself and he's going to use it to beat you with. It's a bit morbid when you think about it, but still kind of cool. Articulation-wise, ball-jointed neck, universal shoulders, very nice range of motion, mushroom peg, bicep, 9-degree elbow, which fits into like alignment, wrist hinge, sort of, transformation joint, waist swivel. I do like looking at Sideswipe how his pants are actually all one color instead of Sideswipes, which are gunmetal gray and then black. It does actually look like he's kind of wearing pants. Waist, thigh. I hate to bring back this guy, but I don't even think I mentioned in the video that he's got a thigh or do the peg a shin swivel or a knee swivel. I don't even think I mentioned those, but yeah. Thigh. He's got a thigh and a... I filmed that video literally seconds before I started filming this one. And this guy's got also universal hips, 90-degree knee bend, just about, and your foot can swing this way. And it does have a, it has a transformation joint to make it go, like, fold up, but you can't use it in robot mode. But let's get to the car. So if I recall, fold in the hands, fold up this, fold that, flip these pieces out, and then fold the arms into themselves. Like that. And he does, oh, battle damage, he has a tiny bit on his shins right here. Fold up the panel. Click that. I mean, not click that, fold it up. And push this piece all the way to the back. Yeah, that one was a bit paint stuck. Rotate the waist. Lock the hips. Fold up. You can put those in, close her up, and you have one red alert in his, ooh, that shin panel does not want to stay in. It's popping itself out. That's not good. But there you have a predominantly white version of this car mode, which is basically a space take on a Lamborghini, or a space Borghini, if you prefer. And then you can put in the proper Earth mode police light bar, because apparently he's a cop. There's still an issue with this mold. These side pieces don't tab in very well. As I said, one of these shins, I think it's this one, just does not want to peg in. And other than that, it's the space version. Wheels are painted red instead of silver. You've got this awesome red stripe with the white and black, which is cool. You got his badge popping right through. I don't know what those symbols mean on the other side of it, though. I'm not sure at all. Other than that, there's really not a lot of detail on the top side. It's all, like, it's fairly clean. There's a black windscreen. He's got headlights and, like, places where taillights might be. But it's more just folded up robot bits. Oh, those could be taillights right there. But no license plate. Thankfully, this is Cybertron, and he won't get pulled over for not having a license plate. I really don't think they should do an Earth mode version of this. I think they should do the side... I don't know, because he's not going to look... Because, like, if they do Sunstreaker, it's going to be like an Earth mode, and this is going to be a Cybertron mode. It still looks like a car. It's a new take on their car mode. But if they do Earthrise Sunstreaker, I imagine they're going to do it as slavishly G1 as possible. But you can also put the weapon on there and put the light bar sort of right there. You could put the gun right there, I guess, if you want. I'll put the light bar back on. Come on. And I'm not transforming Sideswipe. Ah, no! I heard that. That was not a good. Yeah, that's it. That's a translucent plastic. Yeah, that. This is translucent plastic. That's an issue. And there's a gun port on either side. So he looks. He looks kind of naked compared to Sideswipe, who has so many guns. But I don't know. I think you buy this if you missed out on Sideswipe, then this is a worthwhile placement. I don't think he's as a. I think he's actually more prolific character than Sideswipe because Sideswipe was kind of like forgotten about B-list character, and I don't know about Red Alert, but I know Red Alert was at least in the Unicron trilogy, which Sideswipe also was, but not. Okay, yeah, he was. They were both in it. I don't know. I like the white. I like the white deco. I like the predominantly white. It's a visual change from Sideswipe's mostly red with some white accents, and it's cool. Like I don't know. It's Red Alert. I kind of just wanted a classic toy of Red Alert, but please, can we get a line that's all dedicated to like classic generations updates of Unicron trilogy toys? Like I want, like they just did the Siege Hound repaint as a Cybertron defense hotshot. And I'm like, I have the original Cybertron hotshot toy, but that's awesome. Like I want more stuff like that. And there's the Leader Siege Galaxy Convoy, who I may still pick up at some point, but like more. Can we get a whole line dedicated to those guys, please? Like I have Cybertron, Megatron. Can we get an update? Some stuff like that. I don't know. It's like I'm getting to the point where I kind of feel like I'm sick of G1, and like I still want more. I want better Beast Wars toys like that. Power of the Primes, Optimal Optimus was an okay start, but I want more and less G1. But this car mode is still nice. And I still recommend him if you didn't pick up the Sideswipe, or if you like Red Alert more than Sideswipe. He's as solid a toy as that, just in a slightly different deco. And I think the red helmet is really funny because it looks so weird compared to Sideswipe's more classical black style helmet. Like just the vibrant, bright red of it. Speaking of, hello. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. And there's still more Siege to come. I've got 2 more reviews of this wave. Okay, bye. Keep it weird.